Have you ever wondered why some people achieve everything they set out to do, while others remain trapped in mediocrity? The answer lies in your mind. And today, you'll learn how to ignite your motivation to levels you never thought possible. In the next few minutes, you'll discover how the most powerful affirmations can completely transform your life. What you're about to hear isn't theory. These are proven principles that have transformed millions of ordinary people into extraordinary beings. Napoleon Hill dedicated more than 25 years to studying the most successful people of his time, and he discovered something amazing. All of them, without exception, mastered the art of self-suggestion through powerful affirmations. Get ready, because after this video, you'll never see your thoughts the same way again. Your mind is about to become your greatest ally. The most powerful affirmation you can repeat today is, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve." This simple phrase encapsulates the secret to success. Repeat it with me right now. Let's begin. If you want to master your life and achieve all your goals, the first thing you must understand is that your thoughts create your reality. Napoleon Hill explained it clearly. Whatever the human mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But here's the problem you face every day. Your mind is constantly bombarded by negative, limiting thoughts telling you that you're not enough. Think about how many times a day you tell yourself, "I can't, it's too difficult, I don't have what it takes." Each of these thoughts is like a brick building a prison around you. Have you noticed how often you sabotage yourself before even trying? Most people don't understand that their failures don't come from their abilities, but from their limiting beliefs. When you constantly tell yourself something is impossible, your brain literally creates the conditions to make it impossible. It's called a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it's the silent poison that kills more dreams than any external obstacle. Napoleon Hill discovered that successful people do exactly the opposite. Instead of feeding negative thoughts, they create positive affirmations and repeat them until they become their new reality. Positive affirmations, repeated in the mind and backed by faith, crystallize into physical reality, Hill said. It's like programming your mind for success instead of failure. Imagine turning on a switch in your brain every morning that says, "Today everything is going to work out." It's not a wish, it's not hope, it's a decision. A powerful affirmation that says, "This is going to happen." Would you notice the difference in your day? Absolutely. Here's the exercise that will transform your thoughts. For the next 7 days before getting out of bed, repeat aloud, "Today I attract all opportunities that bring me closer to my goal. I am unstoppable, I am invincible, I am in control of my destiny." Do it with conviction, as if it were already an established reality. Watch how your day begins to transform. The key is repetition. An affirmation said once is just a phrase. An affirmation repeated daily for weeks becomes a belief, and a deep-rooted belief becomes reality. Are you ready to commit to this exercise? If so, you've already taken the first step toward a new life. Affirmations aren't simple positive phrases, they're direct orders to your subconscious. And when you master this technique, you begin to create a new identity, a version of yourself that's aligned with your greatest dreams. But this is just the beginning. The true power of affirmations manifests when you learn to combine them with vivid visualization. And that's what we'll talk about in the next point. Creating clear and detailed mental images of what you want to achieve is the second step to ignite your motivation to extraordinary levels. Napoleon Hill discovered this by studying Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, and other giants. They could all see their achievements long before they physically manifested. Imagination is the workshop where all plans created by man are formed, explained Hill. The problem is that most people use their imagination to visualize failure instead of success. Has it happened to you that you anticipate everything that could go wrong? That's exactly the wrong use of one of your most powerful tools. When you combine affirmations with visualization, you create a multiplier effect in your mind. You're no longer just saying something is possible, you're vividly experiencing it in your imagination. Your brain doesn't clearly distinguish between a vivid imagined experience and a real one. Both generate similar neurological responses. Napoleon Hill expressed it perfectly. Close your eyes for a few minutes and visualize in your mind the person you want to be. Imagine having the qualities and capabilities you desire to possess. This practice positively tricks your mind into believing you're already that successful person. Think of an Olympic athlete. Before competing, they visualize every movement, every sensation, every victory. It's not a coincidence, it's a proven technique. And the amazing thing is that you can do exactly the same in your daily life. Let's do a practical exercise right now. Close your eyes for a moment. Visualize your most important goal already accomplished. How do you feel? What do you see around you? Who is with you? What are you hearing? Make this image as real as possible. Now, while maintaining this image, repeat, "This is mine. I deserve it. I'm on the right path to achieve it." Did you feel the difference? That sensation of certainty, of confidence, is exactly what you need to cultivate every day. When you do, your body begins to move in alignment with that vision. You make different decisions. You act with greater confidence. And the results begin to reflect that new reality you've created first in your mind. Remember, we're not talking about fantasizing. We're talking about strategic visualization combined with powerful affirmations. The difference is that you then take action aligned with that vision. "Faith without works is dead," said Hill. "Visualization without action is just a dream." Want to elevate your motivation even more? Create a vision board with images representing your goals. Place it where you can see it every day. Each time you look at it, repeat your affirmations. This combination of visual and verbal stimuli constantly reinforces the message in your subconscious. Visualization combined with affirmations is like putting a GPS in your mind. You give it a clear direction, and your brain automatically begins to find the way to get there. But there's a crucial third element that multiplies the power of these first two, and that's the intense emotion that accompanies your thoughts. And that's what we'll talk about in the next point. The emotional power behind your affirmations determines their effectiveness. Words without emotion are like a car without gas. They don't take you anywhere. Napoleon Hill clearly identified this. Emotions are the force that gives life to your thoughts. When you combine a powerful affirmation with intense emotion, you create an unstoppable fuel for your motivation. Have you noticed that you perfectly remember moments of extreme happiness or sadness, but easily forget what you ate 3 days ago? This happens because intense emotions record experiences in your memory indelibly. You can use this same principle to record new beliefs in your subconscious. Most people recite affirmations without emotion, as if they were reading a shopping list. No wonder they don't see results. Your affirmations must be charged with the same emotional intensity you would feel if you had already achieved your goal. Hill explained it this way. Your subconscious mind recognizes and acts only upon thoughts that have been energized by emotion. That is, when you repeat an affirmation feeling gratitude, enthusiasm, and certainty, your subconscious accepts it as an imperative order, not as a simple suggestion. Imagine for a moment that you just won the lottery. How would you feel? That overflowing emotion, that absolute certainty, that uncontainable enthusiasm. That's exactly the emotional state you must cultivate while repeating your affirmations. Let's do an exercise. Think of your most important goal. Now close your eyes and visualize that you've already achieved it. Feel the emotion, the joy, the pride. From that elevated emotional state, repeat your affirmation. I've done it. I am capable. This success is mine by right. The difference is enormous. Remember this truth. Your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between an emotion generated by a real event or one deliberately created by you. Both generate the same chemical changes in your brain. You can literally trick your mind into accepting new beliefs if you accompany them with intense emotions. An effective technique is to use inspiring music while repeating your affirmations. Music has a direct impact on your emotional state. Find a song that uplifts you, that inspires you, and use it as a soundtrack for your daily affirmations. Napoleon Hill also discovered that gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions to manifest what you desire. Anticipatory gratitude, as he called it, consists of giving thanks for something as if you had already received it. Practice saying, "Thank you for this success that is already mine," with true emotion, and watch how your mind begins to accept it as reality. Emotions are the bridge between your thoughts and your physical reality. They're the ingredient that turns a simple affirmation into an irresistible command for your mind. But there's a fourth element that exponentially multiplies the power of the previous three: unwavering persistence. And that's what we'll talk about in the next point. Persistence is the decisive factor that separates dreamers from achievers. Napoleon Hill considered it so important that he dedicated an entire chapter in his masterpiece to this principle. Persistence is to man's character what carbon is to steel. Without it, even the best affirmations fade without effect. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to give up just before achieving success? Hill called it the 3 feet of gold syndrome. Like the miner who dug 3 feet looking for gold and gave up, not knowing that just 1 foot more was the largest vein ever discovered. Affirmations work like a constant drip on the stone of your old beliefs. One drop makes no difference, but thousands of drops, day after day, eventually penetrate even the hardest rock. Most people give up too soon, expecting immediate results in a process that requires consistency. Lack of persistence is one of the major causes of failure, warned Hill. Fortune favors only the type of mind prepared for persistence. When you repeat an affirmation once, it's just a suggestion. When you repeat it daily for months, it becomes a deep-rooted belief. And deep-rooted beliefs determine your actions and therefore your results. Have you noticed how it's easy to be consistent at the beginning, driven by initial enthusiasm, but then motivation decreases? This is where most people fail. The key is to establish a daily ritual, a specific time for your affirmations that becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth. Let's do a practical exercise. Identify 3 specific moments in your day when you can dedicate 2 minutes to your affirmations. They could be when you wake up, before lunch, and before bed. Write them down. Set alarms if necessary. Commit these 6 daily minutes to your mental transformation as if your life depended on it, because it literally does. Napoleon Hill discovered a pattern among all great achievers. None achieved success without facing repeated failures and adversities. What differentiated them was their ability to persist, to continue repeating their success affirmations even when all external evidence seemed to contradict them. Before success comes, the person goes through much temporary failure and perhaps some adversity, explained Hill. This is the point where affirmations become most crucial. They are the mental anchor that keeps you firm when storms of doubt and discouragement threaten to divert you. Remember this truth: the most powerful affirmations are those you keep repeating, especially when you don't see immediate results. It's easy to affirm success when everything is going well. The real power manifests when you continue affirming it in the midst of adversity. An effective technique is to keep a persistence journal. Each night, note the times you repeated your affirmations that day and how you felt. This record becomes tangible evidence of your commitment and, over time, testimony to your transformation. Persistence isn't just about mechanical repetition. It's about deepening your conviction with each repetition. As Hill said, persistence is a mental attitude that can be cultivated. Each time you repeat an affirmation, do it with greater certainty than the time before. But there's a 5th element that elevates all the previous ones to a higher level. And it's what really ignites your motivation until it becomes inextinguishable. The community of like minds. And that's what we'll talk about in the next point. The environment you choose largely determines your success with affirmations. Napoleon Hill called it the mastermind law, and considered it so powerful that he stated, "No individual mind can achieve success without the help of other minds." Your affirmations are amplified or diluted depending on who you associate with. Have you noticed how your energy and motivation change depending on who's around you? This is no coincidence. Hill discovered that human minds operate like transmitting and receiving stations of thoughts. We literally absorb the beliefs and attitudes of those around us. The most common mistake is to underestimate how external voices infiltrate your internal affirmations. You can repeat, "I am successful," 100 times a day, but if the 5 people closest to you constantly talk about limitations, scarcity, and failure, you're fighting an uphill battle. Hill clearly explained it. When 2 or more minds coordinate in a spirit of harmony, the spiritual energy of each mind forms an affinity, which constitutes the mastermind psychic force. In simple terms, your affirmations are exponentially enhanced when they're backed by a group that shares your same aspirations. Think about this. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Do their conversations elevate you or drain you? Do they reinforce your positive affirmations or contradict them? The answer to these questions may reveal why your affirmations aren't giving the expected results. Let's do a practical exercise. Make a list of the people in your life who reinforce your positive beliefs. Now, commit more time with them. In parallel, identify those relationships that constantly undermine your affirmations. You don't need to eliminate them, but consciously limit their influence. Napoleon Hill recommended deliberately creating a cabinet of invisible counselors. This technique involves visualizing regular meetings with people you admire, living or not, and mentally discussing your goals with them. "In my imaginary cabinet," explained Hill, "I have Emerson, Paine, Edison, Darwin, Lincoln, Burbank, Napoleon, Ford, and Carnegie." These figures became his counselors, reinforcing his affirmations from the mental plane. You can do the same. Identify 5 people you deeply admire. They can be historical figures, current mentors, or even fictional characters who embody the qualities you aspire to develop. Before sleeping, visualize a meeting with them. Share your goals and affirmations, and imagine their advice and support. But don't limit yourself to the imaginary plane. In the digital age, you have unprecedented access to communities of like-minded people. Join groups, attend seminars, participate in collective challenges where everyone practices affirmations. The collective power of minds tuned to the same frequency dramatically amplifies your results. A powerful technique is the shared affirmation. Find an affirmation partner and commit to sending each other your daily affirmations. External accountability increases your consistency, and mutual support reinforces your belief. As Hill noted, the alliance of like minds multiplies the mental power of both individuals. Remember this truth: your affirmations will only be as powerful as the environment that sustains them. Jealously guard your mental space. Be deliberate about who has access to your thoughts and dreams. Surround yourself with people who not only believe in the power of affirmations, but actively practice them. By implementing these 5 elements, clear affirmations, vivid visualization, intense emotion, unwavering persistence, and a supportive community, you've created a complete system that transforms not only your thoughts, but your entire reality. You've activated what Napoleon Hill called the infinite power that transforms thoughts into things. What you've learned today isn't just a motivation technique, it's a complete system for reprogramming your mind toward inevitable success. You've discovered that your thoughts, especially when formulated as powerful affirmations, are the raw material of your future reality. Napoleon Hill dedicated his life to studying the brightest minds of his time and discovered that all of them, without exception, used these principles. They weren't special people who succeeded. They succeeded because they applied these special principles you've just learned. Remember, clear affirmations, repeated with intense emotion, supported by vivid visualization, sustained with unwavering persistence, and amplified by a community of like minds, constitute the most powerful formula for transforming your thoughts into reality. The secret that separates those who succeed from those who only dream isn't knowledge. You've just acquired the same knowledge that propelled ordinary people toward extraordinary achievements. The difference lies in consistent application. Are you willing to commit to these principles? Are you ready to become the conscious architect of your destiny? If so, I invite you to make a public declaration of your commitment. Write in the comments, "I choose to be the creator of my destiny. My affirmations create my reality. I am unstoppable." This simple declaration, made publicly, initiates a new contract with yourself. It's the first step toward the life you deserve. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. Thousands of people are implementing these same principles as you watch this video. Join them. Subscribe to this channel to receive more transformative knowledge like this. Activate the bell to be notified immediately. And share this video with someone who needs to awaken their inner power. As Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Your affirmations are the seeds. Your persistence is the water, and your success is the inevitable harvest. See you in the next video, where we'll continue expanding your unlimited potential.